everybody, my name is Rachel Mckenna, and I'm going to be taking you through some customer care tips. So we're so lucky within Forever that we all own our own businesses and we can put our own personal stamp on everything. And when it comes to customer care, I think that's what it's all about. It's being personal, it's building relationships with people. Lots of my customers have become my friends, and the reason that all kind of started was through my 1 to 31 folder. So it's so important that you're all using your 1 to 31 folder. Now I'm not going to go into that in detail now, that's a whole other training. But what I will say is that it's really important to make sure you're using it and using it effectively. So you need to be profiling your customers. You need to have all of those little details on there. So have they got any children? When are they going on holiday? When's their birthday? So you can send them a birthday card. And then what you need to be doing is keeping a record of everything on those profile sheets. So have they had any samples from you? This means that you can then follow up and ask them how that particular sample was. Because you've written down the name of their children and maybe they've just been on holiday to America, next time you speak to them you can say, oh, how's Jack? Did he, love the holiday in Disneyland? It means that you can add that personal touch. We've also got bonus cards as well. So with the drinking gel, Forever supply us with our very own bonus cards. So, you could give those out. And again, it just builds that customer care. I know lots of people do their own kind of loyalty schemes, and there's nothing to say you can't do that as well. So by looking after your customers and using your 1 to 31 folder, by profiling everybody, by keeping that record of them, it means that you can follow up with them effectively. So I like to use my folder in that I profile someone, I write down all those little details so I can follow up. Once they've got their products, I usually follow up the next day just to see if they've opened them, check they've put their gel in the fridge, little things like that. A few days later, I'll check in again just to see how they're getting on with everything. If it's a drinking gel, for example, are they taking their 60 mils first thing in the morning on an empty tummy? Are they keeping their gel in the fridge? Just those little things, it just adds that extra little touch. And then you need to know when their products are due to run out as well. So it's pretty easy to work out. Pop their profile sheet in on that date, and then you can follow up on them and you can send them a little message to say that you're aware that they're due to reorder, and shall you pop that onto your order for them. So it's just all about looking after them, keeping in touch and building those relationships. Now when it comes down to the activity itself, with parties, for example, it's all about building relationships again. You'll hear me say the same thing over and over. So it's not about seeing case credits on people's heads, but it's about talking to people. It's about finding out what their wants are, what their needs are, what they're struggling with, maybe health-wise, what their skincare issues are. And then you've got a solution. You can provide them with a solution. But it's all about building up that relationship. So quite often when I go and do parties, I network, I make sure I build up relationships with everybody in the room. I'll add them all onto Facebook or social media afterwards so I can continue building that relationship. That's really important. And then we've got pack baskets. So with pack baskets, it's not about dropping the basket off and running away. It's about going in and delivering it properly. So going in, taking all of the products out, talking through them, really kind of painting this picture and creating this experience for the customer. So they're really excited to try the products. You can add in all those little touches as well. So if maybe they've got a girls' night in, pamper basket, maybe you're going to add in a little bottle of Prosecco or a couple of chocolates, maybe a little candle. If you've got a stress buster basket, you could add in one of those little stress balls that people can squeeze, and a relaxing CD with some nice relaxing music on. People don't expect that, but it shows that you're being thoughtful, and it adds in those really nice little touches which make us different. It makes us stand out, and that's why people will keep coming back to you. So when you drop off the products, like I said, create that experience, explain what all of the products do, and then check in with the customer again, so just like you would use your 1 to 31 folder, like you would with your other customer care, check in with them. How are they getting on with the products? Do they really love the face mask? Isn't it beautiful? Did their skin feel like silk afterwards? Really be excited. And then when you go and collect the products, again, go in, you know, get talking to them, because that's all it takes to get a sale, is just get talking to them, find out what they liked best. And again, be excited. Oh, if you loved these, I've got some other products you're going to love. I'm going to have to drop them off for you. You know, and one thing just quite naturally leads on to the next thing. A really nice touch in your pups as well is to add in a little thank you card. So just a little handwritten note. You know, it's better, I think, if it's handwritten. Just something personal, you know, thanks for trying out my products. Could you recommend a friend as well? And because you've made that experience so nice for them, the chances are they are going to recommend a friend. And again, it's almost like cross-selling, you know, you're networking and getting your name out there. And then we've got the C9. The C9 is a personal favourite of mine, and I think this is where our customer care can absolutely shine. I also think if you do this right and you build up that relationship with someone, the chances are they could very well join your team over time as well. So the C9, it's all again about those little touches. So when they buy the C9, sending them over some exercise videos from YouTube, you know, giving them a sample of heat lotion in case they get any headaches, giving them a little sample of our aloe blossom tea, because that's a fab one to have on the Clean 9. So it's just those little extras that aren't really going to cost you much, but it will make the world of difference to the customer. And then of course it's checking in with them. So again, I use my 1 to 31 folder for this. I've got everybody profiled. I'll be putting their profile sheets in on the different days, checking in with them. I mean, I tend to check in most days with customers. Some people are different, and you can gauge that, you know, you can gauge if they just want to kind of crack on with it, but still keep checking in, you know, day 3, 6, 9, ask them how they're getting on with everything, you know, do they need any help? And then it's the next steps, you know, so not just letting them do the Clean 9 and then finishing it. Day 6, I'm always kind of talking about the next steps. You know, they've seen really good results. Where do they go from here? It's our job to really help them start that journey, not just sell them a Clean 9 and then leave them to it. And then when we pack our products as well, so when we've got the orders coming in, so from things like our parties and our pups and just generally talking to people and being excited about the products, when we pack our products up, that's another way that you can add that personal touch. So, you know, you may want to wrap them in tissue paper or add a little ribbon on, or you may want to pop your business card onto the brochure and put that in looking really, really nice. But it's all about the experience. So it's making the customer excited to receive their products, you know, giving them some extra goodies, some little samples. Maybe after they've bought a certain amount of products from you, you'll give them a free lip balm, or at Christmas you'll give them, you know, your gel drinkers, one of our glass aloe shot glasses. So it's just those little touches that make it really, really special. Tabletops, exactly the same as well, as I've said. Just remembered I hadn't mentioned tabletops. You know, it's about building those relationships, making your table look really presentable. When the customer comes over, you know, you're welcoming, you're talking to them. It's just about being warm and friendly. So if you're kind and if you genuinely come from a place where you're caring about your customers and you want to help them, it's not just about getting sales from them, you'll find that they trust you. And I think that's what it's all about. It's about building that trust. And also I found that by thinking myself about really great customer care experiences that I've had, it then makes it easier for me to incorporate those little touches into my own business. So good luck, guys. Remember, it's all about the customer. Look after your customers and your customers will look after you.